Alright YouTube, what is going on? It is ConflctNerd Callum here today, bringing you episode number 2 of our Transport Fever Let's Play. Today we're continuing on from where we left off, so if you left me any comments in the last episode, unfortunately I am not able to implement them in this episode, but I'm only recording 2 episodes at a time, roughly. We have a few issues basically arisen from the last episode, so the problem is that the frequency isn't high enough. We can see there's 36 people at that bus station. We can see there's 76 at this one, and it's just not good enough. It's simply not good enough. There's so much money we could be tapping into here, but we're just not getting access to. And that is why we're going to go ahead and start off by buying a lot, and I mean a lot of buses. So let's go ahead in here and open this up and go ahead and start buying buses. So the lines Ride Connect definitely needs, I'm going to double its capacity to 8 buses. I never thought the Ride Connect would need it, but the frequency is just too low for it to be effective, so we might as well have the frequency go up to like 107 seconds. If it's still making a loss, then I can get rid of it, but at least at that, giving it 8 buses gives it a chance to be profitable. Overall, all the other lines are doing extremely well, though I'm really happy to see that. However, they could be doing a wee bit better. Adding an extra 2 buses in there, you know, it'd be nice. We are going to add 4 new buses possibly into the Ride Sale Wembley line. So let's go ahead and do that. So your colour is that grey. We'll start off with, you know, fuck it, we'll buy 4 buses. The Thug Life has in fact chosen me, so that's only 150 seconds, so I mean that could still be optimised. So hopefully that will go ahead and improve stuff. Hopefully that will go ahead and improve stuff and make life a little bit easier. Now for the time being I have slowed the game down. I think we're going to play it on 2 speed because I think 3 speed was a bit fast. We're already at 1918, which is quite a bit into the game, so I'm happy to play the game at 2 speeds. What we're going to do is we're going to leave Ride, and we're going to fly over the map, and we're going to basically do similar to what we've been doing, but just with another amount of towns. And then what I want to do is start building a railway and connecting stuff up by rail. Now the problem, I do want to go ahead and start building railway straight away, who doesn't? But the problem is building railway stuff, trains cost a lot of money. That's the fundamental thing. Trains cost a few million each. We only have 6.7 million, so I want to get myself into a better financial situation before I go ahead and invest in rail. And for that, that's why I think we need to maximise our bus sector so we can go ahead and make money so we can start building rail. We could tap into goods, and I'm really tempted to tap into goods. However, I feel that if we can just get buses going first, we can raise the overall population of the towns, then goods would be more effective. I think that's my logic, and that's what I'm going with. So as you can see here, we have Chesham there. We have basically these towns here. There's about 4 of them, I guess, you could say, which are in a really close proximity to each other. At least these 3. There's 4. There's 5 down here, which are in extremely close proximity. So we're going to start here in, I believe it's Loughton, and we're going to go ahead and you're going to be the capital of this side of the map. Now Loughton has a large population. Loughton is a pretty large town. It's already got 319 people in it, so it's a nice market to start off by tapping into. Let's go ahead and build this bus station, and the question is where. I know Loughton realistically is going to have 2 bus stations. Yeah, we'll have 2 bus stations. 1 at each side really. So it's going to have an eastern one, a western one, and it's also going to have a connect as well. So we're going to start off by building them both now. We're going to start off by building one here. And we'll connect the bus stations over at this side, or we'll start off by connecting the towns to this side up first of all. So we're going to connect up Harvey Hill. That's going to be our first one. So Harvey Hill is, you're going to get a central depot. I feel you need a central depot. Again, I think we're going to use not our cheats, but our little wee secret thing here. So we can go ahead and build that back there. Then what we're going to do is bulldoze that house there, then get a medium road. We might actually have to bulldoze another house. Holy shit. Alright, okay, it didn't really work out, and that road is hideous. It's just the way the junctions are snapped too in this, and I can't make them too awkward. So that's you built there. So you're going to come off that, and I think this town down here, which is called Schniffal. Schniffal is going to be, I'm sniffling right now, I'm not schniffaling though, but I'm sniffling right now. So I think this place is going to be where the other bus station is going to be. I want a really good sphere of influence because this town's pretty big, so I'm thinking about here. However, that's going to cost me a lot of money, so what I'm thinking is maybe placing it over here. There's two really... Yeah, you know what I'm going to do actually? I'm going to be smart about this. I'm going to knock down you, and I'm going to pre-build the road. There's quite a big drop in terraforming there though. To be fair, I have just knocked down two houses and it has cost me quite a bit of money, so... Yeah, this maybe wasn't the cheapest way at all. Ah well. We'll go ahead and build you in. It's better that angle. There we go, so that's got a pretty large sphere of influence, at least over half of it, Schniffal. So that's those two created. So let's go ahead and we're going to need a bus depot for you. The bus depot is probably just going to sit right next door, to be honest. I don't really know if placement of the bus depot affects much. So we'll build it definitely over this side of town. We'll build you there. And let's get some more bus lines started. So as you can see, everything is pretty good bar the Ride Connect back over in the motherland, the heartland. They're all doing the best they can pretty much. I'm not going to go ahead and add in any more buses just because I don't think that would be too cost effective. The Ride Connect isn't making as much money, but the Ride Connect basically overall boosts the other lines, which I'll probably repeat that many a time because I can guarantee I'll get comments, oh, why have you still got a bus line which is negative cash flow? And I think overall it helps. There's no real way of working out if it does totally help or not, but we just have to go for it. Anyway, let's go ahead and from Loughton up here to, what are you called again? Do you have a town name? Harvey Hill, that's it. Or Haverhill, sorry. I don't think it's Harvey Hill, I think it's Haverhill. Anyway, so it's just going to be used to getting connected with each other. So you're going to be from Low to H Hill for the time being. That is fine. The colour can be... We've not got a pink line yet. Let's go ahead and add a pink line. And you can now see that we're starting to get a lot of buses in. A lot of bus lines in. On top of that as well. So a new line. And we're going to start to get scroll wheels soon in the line manager menu, which is interesting. So we'll go ahead and create you there. Let's go ahead and make you a light blue. We don't have a light blue line yet. Let's go ahead and rename you as well. So you are from Low to Schniff. Is it Schniff? Schniffnal. Not Schniffel. Schniffnal. Which makes things even more confusing. So that's gone ahead and built there. So just need to go ahead and add buses. I'm pretty sure we're half due a new bus. Kinda soon. I've got a feeling we get a new bus in 1920. The reason I know that is because I've been watching other people's Let's Plays and I sort of know when stuff unlocks. So that'll be nice when we get it, but for the time being I think we're just going to have to go with the classic post bus. So let's go ahead and check the colours out. Again, we're going to start off with 8 on both of these. So let's go ahead and add in 8. That was 5, 6, 7, 8. And you're going to get assigned to the Schniffnal line, and then happy with that. And then we need the H Hill line as well. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think that was 9. That was 9. Oh well, lucky you, you get an extra bus. We go ahead and connect you up to the Haverhill line. Or Haverhill, the town itself. So there we go, so that's that again at the initial stage. You've got a 3-minute frequency, which ideally I want to have them under 2 minutes. And everything is near enough around 2 minutes, or is that 3 minutes right now? So I can definitely see more room for improvements on our Ride Sail Wembley line. I'm going to add 2 more buses in there actually, because these are going to take, as we know, a little bit of time to get to work. Jesus Christ, Chesham is big. 334 people. Wembley, everything is expanding. Wembley is up to 200. What about, because I mean, Sale's a pretty big place. Sale's got 368 people. Ryde is our 559 people, and as you can see the amount of people waiting here. Jesus Christ, it's mainly people waiting for the Ryde Sale Wembley line, so we definitely need to go ahead and get more buses in, because we're just missing out on money. We're literally missing out on money. Over here we have passengers waiting for both equally the Willys and Philly line. So let's tap into the bus depot. Let's go ahead and buy some road vehicles, get our line manager up here. Your colour is that grey, I should know this by now. I think we're going to add 4 buses on. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this bus line now has a shit ton of buses. The reason for this is because it's connecting 3 towns, not just 2 towns. So that's understandable why it is demanding so many buses. So that frequency's dropped down to 2 minutes and 1 second. But you have, what, 8 and 8 and 2, isn't it? You've got 18 buses on you, which is just an insane amount. The Ryde Connect is finally making some money as well, which is nice to see. I think we're going to add 2 buses on to the Chesham line, maybe. How many people are waiting at... Where does the Chesham bus go? So you've got the Connect, you've got the Willys, you've got the Philly line, you've got the Connect, you've got the Chesham line, and you've got the Sale Wembley line. To be fair, the Chesham line isn't that bad at that end. It isn't doing that bad at that end actually, so there's maybe no need. We just need to go ahead and make sure we're keeping people on the move. So over here, I think the Willys and Philly line can probably do with maybe 2 new buses each. I think, so the Willys and Philly line. Willys and Philly. So I know I'm buying all these buses and Think a feeling there's a bus upgrade about to happen. I just get that feeling. But let's go ahead. Oh, it's a plane in 1920. So I think you can only get 1 unlock per year. I get that feeling. Right, anyway, so getting a bit distracted here. So the Philly line needs 2 buses. So you are a horrible green. 2 of yous, and yous are getting added onto the Philly line. And then we also have the Willys line as well, which is a yellow. And yous are getting 1, 2 buses, just to help things out a little bit. I mean, it probably won't make too much of a difference. Hopefully it'll just reduce waiting times, and hopefully start to clear, because, I mean, this bus station has, as we know, has 25 people basically waiting for each bus, and that's a miss out on money. Overall, we are doing quite well financially. I'm quite happy with how things are going. Our 2 new bus lines are in operation over in Loughton, so let's go ahead and see how these are getting on. Slowly but surely they are getting there. We have a bit of waiting time. Again, it's that initial stage, so while that's going on, we're going to go ahead and add in our second bus station to connect up to... Is this Verwood? Verwood, yep. Verwood and Royston, I believe, are the 2 that's going to get connected at this side of town. So we're going to go ahead and create a bus station probably in this proximity. And see how we get on here. So we need a bus station, thank you, not a depot. Always going for large. Don't know why that is, but just always going for large. Just because I know you can upgrade stuff, but I'd rather not. So where are you going to go? That is the question. I want a large proximity circle. That's what I do want. The terrain seems really flat here, so I think it maybe makes sense to build you out back here. Wait, hold up. How much does it cost to bulldoze you? A lot of money. Let's go ahead and try bulldoze you. Let's try and get a road through there. No. Let's just bulldoze 1 road, get you built there. Still costing a fair bit of money, but it's not too bad. And let's go ahead and build the bus station, not train station, in there. Like so. So that's not cost too much actually. So that's you built. Again, we're going to need 2 corresponding. Royston is really big actually. I never realised how big it was. Whereabouts are you going to benefit from having a station? I'm thinking along this bottom road here. In here, there's 395k there. We'll build you there for 400k, so that's not bad. It's a really good location. That's going to have a really large sphere of influence. And then finally, Verwood. Verwood's quite small. Well, I mean, it's quite small. It's 326 people, so it's really not as big as some of the towns we're dealing with anyway. Let's go ahead and give yourselves a beautiful boost station. Central location here. It's really difficult now because we didn't tap into these places at the start, so it meant the city is filled up a lot. What I'm thinking is these two buildings here. However, it wants to destroy a building across the street, which is no sense. What I'm thinking is doing is just doing, putting you just in a really weird location. What about there? Because you're still going to have a pretty large sphere of influence. That's still a large sphere of, well, it's okay, it'll do it. It's built now anyway, so it looks like a wee bit of a shader glitch there. I'm not really at all sure what this game's built in, if it's built in C++ OpenGL or not. That's what I mainly do my coding in. I study video games development for people who don't know. So that's what I mainly code in C++, and when I'm doing something graphics orientated, it is OpenGL in a framework, which we never build anything on this scale. We work more on techniques. We don't build something pretty, yet anyway, but I do want to work on techniques one day so I can get myself a job in the games industry or do YouTube full time, either or. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and build this looks a bit purplish, though it is classified as a blue. Let's go ahead and connect you. So you are the allow to Royston line, which is set up nicely, and then let's go ahead and create another line on top of that. Now this line here from allow all the way down here to Verwood, it's a long one. I think we're going to leave you that green actually, because no other bus line is actually gone that green, because I've changed it all the time. So you are from allow to Verwood, and there we go. So finally, just the same old usual. I feel I'm repeating myself a bit actually, so definitely after this episode we're going to stop working on buses and probably start tapping into industry. I think that's probably the best thing to do. I mean, a lot of this game in a sense is like repetitive stuff, so there's not really much way to get around it. Starting off though with the light green, you're going to be the Verwood. You're going to need at least 8 buses. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Who do we appreciate? ConflctNerd Callum. So we're going to assign you onto the, that was the worst chant ever, onto the Verwood line, and then we have a really horrible purple from what I can remember we chose for the line to Royston, so that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Set onto the Royston line, and I believe that is all good to go. So we've dropped quite a bit of money actually, which I don't like to see. Oh thank God, I thought a new bus. So there we go, we're into 1921 now. The game is moving along quite swiftly actually. Let's go ahead and look at this in general though. Our 4 new lines out of Lao, none of them are making money yet, but hopefully they will relatively soon. Going back across the pond, everything else is making money though, which is really nice to see. Some of them are fluctuating a bit, like the Ride Philly line keeps on going up over 100,000 then back under. The Ride Sale Wembley line though, I mean come on, 300,000, that is just ho ho ho, that's wonderful. And the Connect is actually making money as well, which is really interesting. I wasn't at all sure if that was going to happen. I think a Connect in this town would make a lot of sense, just because the bus stations are really far apart in Loughton here, whereas going back over to Ride, you can see, I mean they're kind of close to each other. What are you waiting on? It's still literally the Ride Sale Wembley line, which is madness. So the Ride Connect, yeah, you're having some, I guess there's not as many passengers waiting, I guess now we've added in them extra buses over there. But we're going to go ahead and add an Loughton Connect, I think, just see how this goes. I don't think, we initially started off the ride connect with 4 buses, but I feel 8's too many, so we're going to start this one off with 6. So let's go ahead and add some bus stops just so it can go via other places in the town which are not really affected by the sphere of influence. So you're going to go down there, and I think you're going to go there. So you're actually only going to go via 2 bus stops actually, so it's really not a lot. New line from there to the bus stop down there, then you're going to weave back up there, then you're going to go to there, then you're going to go back to bus stop 3, back to bus stop 2, and then back into town. So that there is an awful monstrosity. It's a much more efficient route you could easily take there. We're going to keep you light blue. I would probably already have a light blue, but to be honest, it's only the connect bus, so it's not the end of the world. Call you connect. We're going to implement 6 of yous, I think we just decided. So let's go ahead and, where is our depot? These depots are getting a lot of use actually, but there's no limitations on the depot, which is really nice. So anyway, you're a light blue. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Go ahead and assign yous to the Loughton Connect, and that is yous off as well. So at this stage, it's pretty much just a waiting game to see if these buses will be profitable or not. As you can see, the Lau Schniffel line is just about there. Verwood takes 5 minutes to get down to. The frequency is really not good for that, just because it is such a long line. I don't think any buses have even made it to Verwood yet since I set this line up. So I think a lot of the lines are still in their first initial stage. I could speed up the game, but I'm good for now, just because I don't want this to go too fast. I'm really enjoying myself, but at the same time I do want to see, you know, the buses move a bit faster and go into profit. So our first bus from Lau is in the profit though, and I'm sure over time the other ones will all follow. It just will take a little bit of time, unfortunately. I might add some more buses into the Verwood line if the demand needs it. Right now there's only 3 people waiting though down at Lau, so I don't really see if there will be a demand or not, but only time will tell. Anyway, with all them built, I think this is a good ending point. I realise this episode, I don't really know how long episodes are going to be, to be honest. Episodes are going to be variable length, let's put it that way. This one here I think is about 20 minutes right now, whereas the last one was a good half hour, so a bit random there, I don't know. It just depends really where I find a good ending point. Like, I do want to go ahead and start off by building now. I want to start to tap into goods, I think. Goods or food is probably one of the two, which we're going to start off in the next episode. So we'll go ahead and do that in the next episode. I don't want to start that now though, just because I feel, you know, there's no point in starting a new project at the end of an episode, is there? So, but again, go ahead and give me some feedback down in the comment section below. If you have any tips for me, then please go ahead and give them to me. I know a reasonable amount about this game, but I've recorded 2 episodes back to back, so any input from this episode and the last episode I will be able to take on board. Absolutely no problem. The good thing is we've got some passengers waiting here at Loughton Central, which hopefully, again, initial stage, it will get there in the end. Anyway, with that done, I'm just very quickly going to go ahead and check rides. Yeah, okay, so it just fluctuates so randomly. The Willys and Philly line have a lot of passengers waiting for them right now. How is the, it still needs 60 passengers. I think you need even more buses. Let's see how you're doing. You are at 303k, you're on 18 buses, but I think I'm going to give you 2 more buses, believe it or not, which is just mental. So what colour are you again? You're that dark grey. I've bought enough of yous, I should know. Let's get 2 more post buses, and let's assign yous to the Ride Sale Wembley line. I guess both of those towns are quite populous, you know, so it's understandable, but as you can see the buses are really nicely spread out now, which I'm quite happy about. The bus stops in Wembley, this bus stop, fucking hell, 44 people are waiting at it. That is just mental. And I've just worked out why it's making really funny routes. It's because bus stops are only created at one side of the road, not both. That's why. Oh, all makes sense now. But I can imagine literally, oh, we have a new bus. We have a new bus. Ooh. Anyway, I can imagine every single one of these buses is chock-a-block full. I want to see the capacity of these Daimlers. I can imagine it is probably 2 or 3 seats better. So right now we're on 8 seats. That can carry 11 and it can go much faster. So we'll start the upgrade in the next episode, but I'm wrapping this episode up now. It's been way too long an outro. So thank you very much for watching. My name is ConflctNerd Callum, and I'm out.